Happy Monday, donkey booty. It's me, Keisha, aka Color Me Pynk, and I'm here with this week's All Tea, All Shade, Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 15, Episode 8 review. I drop videos Monday through Sunday. Everything that I say is for entertainment purposes only, not to be taken seriously or literally, meaning my jokes and Jones. And I think a lot of you forgot that this past week on my Bell Collective review, but I'll get to that this coming Friday. Because y'all showed y'all ass, okay? And the block was flaming. A lot of y'all got blocked. But anywho, I love you guys. I love the T-Squad that know how to act and behave like adults. Okay, let's get into tonight's review, or last night's review of Housewives of Atlanta. So Drew's sister, Allison, who was her former manager, is coming into town. And apparently, like, she has some mental health issues where she had to step back and stop being Drew's manager. And Drew basically was like, you know, she wished that they had more of a sister relationship because everything in the past used to be like about business. We then also find out that Ralph banned Allison from their home for a few years because she accused him of being controlling, and she said a bunch of really foul, negative things to him and about him. And he even said that he might leave the house when she come. And I said, well, the controlling part, that wasn't a lie. Like, seemed like Allison was on to something, and he didn't like the fact that the sister was calling him out on his piss poor behavior. And the fact that you allowed him to ban your sister from the house. Now, I can see if, like, she just stole from y'all, beat him up, or, like, harassed him. If it was, like, bad. But if she just made some comments about him and he banned her, like, that's a lot. But y'all getting a divorce now, so you ain't got to worry about that. Anyway, so we find out that Sheree has not made a profit off She by Sheree yet. She texts Kandi to meet up so they can discuss the things that she said about her business. So they link up in the park, and she leads Kandi to think that they're going to work out. But when Kandi gets there, she's in a fur coat giving Corilla DeVille and stiletto boots. Like, where you going, girl? So Sheree sits her down and confronts her about talking negatively about She by Sheree. And she clarifies that her site did not. No, it did crash. It did crash. Girl, your site didn't crash. Your site wasn't ready. But okay, girl. So Kandi was like, well, I don't agree with that. Like, I'm not going to sit here and have a conversation with you and you're blatantly lying and living in an alternate universe. This is not the MCU Secret Invasions, love. It's not that. So Sheree was like, have you bought anything yet? And Kandi said, did you put the stuff up? Like, what? So she was referring to the things that they saw at the actual fashion show, which is not up on the site. Sheree gonna say everything at a fashion show isn't for sale. Lies you tell. They're not gonna put it in the show if they're not going to sell it. That's the whole point, is to get buyers from stores to purchase said items and put them in their stores so they can make money. No, what happened was you didn't pay the person that designed that stuff and you can't use it. And that's why you were scrambling at the last minute to throw something up on their website. And now you sitting up here charging $200 for a t-shirt that ain't nobody geared to buy. Because who in the heck are you? I guess you're trying to recoup whatever money you spent on that fashion show, because we sure ain't got no fashions. Okay. So Sheree said, my site been up for 2 months. Kandi was like, yeah, from the stuff by Shein. She told, ain't no Shein. Girl, we know that's what you did. You resourced from a wholesale manufacturer and put the stuff up on your site, which is not a problem. And that's what Kandi was like, we told you that's what you should have did from the beginning, is just sell other people's stuff instead of trying to create a line of your own. She was like, well, I didn't want to do that at first. Okay, Sheree, you know everything. So then Sheree brings up how she never blasted her Kandi's restaurants for bad service, and how she bought clothes from Tag that could only be washed once. And Kandi said, well, at least you could get them. Kandi was eating her ass up, and that's what she get. So after that, they arguing back and forth. And Kandi ends up apologizing for talking about her business. You know, she wasn't being malicious, but she understands how Sheree's feelings could be hurt. And they seem to leave off on a good enough note. So Marlo tells Sonya that she's going on a date with a Jamaican man. Yes, Jamaican. Bumba. So she says that she has been celibate for 4 years. Ain't nobody got it between them legs in 4 years. Y'all believe her? Do y'all believe Marlo that she ain't let nobody pull her hair and hit it from the back in 4 years? I don't know about that. So we then see Drew mama is in town, and her sister is on the way, but she ends up getting delayed. So production wrapped up at 10:30. The sister didn't get there until 2 hours afterwards, so they had to record her getting there on, you know, their camera phones or whatever and give the footage over to Bravo. Lo and behold, Ralph went to bed knowing that she was on the way to avoid the sister. Okay. So Drew at the roller rink, and she was recording for her video. Already know. I watched the video last night. It was very, very good video, high quality. I love the shot when it was just like a face shot, and she had the like blonde wig with the bangs. She looked so pretty. The only drawback from the whole entire video for me was Ralph being in the video as a love interest, because nobody wants to see his acorn head shaped. Like, nobody wants to see that. Like, he was just like, okay, I wish they would have went with somebody else. That it would have made the video 10s across the boards. But him being in the video took it down to like an 8.5. So Kenya gonna say it's kind of giving a low budget Beyonce Below type vibe. And I was like, Kenya, that was rude and that was mean. It was uncalled for, even though it was low key true. But it wasn't low budget because wasn't nothing done about there wasn't a big difference between what Beyonce did in Blow as far as rolling around the rink part. That part that Drew didn't, you know, that Drew did do. Now the other stuff at the roller rink, now, I mean, it just cannot compare. But I think that Drew did a really good job. It was money well spent. The director, Rage, did a phenomenal job. So Allison ends up breaking down crying when she's talking to her mom and Ralph about how happy she is for Drew and that she's continuing on with her career and everything. And Ralph goes over to comfort her and they share a hug. And it was like a hug with unspoken words of, I'm sorry. You know, I think that maybe she's missed, you know, being around her sister. And at this point, maybe it's just like, let's let bygones be bygones. I don't know. But, you know, it seemed like some type of peace treaty was made with that hug. Hopefully, prayfully, I don't know. So Marlo goes on her date. And she on the phone talking to Sonya on the way there. Sonya tells her that she went to Drew's video shoot that day. And Marlo was like, oh, okay, she didn't invite me. Let me call her right now and tell her I'm going on a date with her fake butt. So she gets off the phone with Sonya and FaceTimes Drew. Now, mind you, when she calling Drew, she talking to her driver, calling Drew fake, this, that, and the third. But as soon as Drew answered the phone, hey, beautiful, what you doing, girl? But she fake. She fake when you the fake one. Like, she being real by not inviting you, not entertaining you, but yet and still you're finding the time to entertain her on the way to your date. But okay, girl. So she ends up confronting her. Drew ends up confronting Marlo about, what happened after her performance and everything when Marlo yelled in her face. And Marlo was like, I didn't even know you were that upset. And Drew was like, yeah, I was upset. Like, girl, do you not remember what happened that day? Now, they were going back and forth. And I remember Marlo saying, like, I understand that, this, that, and the third. I don't know if she apologized or not, but it's felt like they were coming to some type of understanding or something. But Drew was like, I don't like how you're showing up as a friend. Marlo at that point hangs up on the girl and was like, that's what I'm talking about. She too dramatic. She too dramatic. She do too much. She do a bunch of acting. Now she's talking to the driver and she tells him, this B looking so ugly, wig a mess. B, you are built like a whole square. You a bad body. Your man don't even want you. He too busy looking at this voluptuous Valencia, Van Cleef, Vertigo. No, that ain't it. Voluptuous body. The driver was like, voluptuous? And she got the nerve to be talking about somebody with her tongue tied self. Her tongue literally be playing double dutch by itself. She tells him, you are a deranged wannabe actress. And then goes like this. Got the nerve to sit up there and be calling Drew every name in the book but a child of God. And you are the most nasty, uncouth, non-talking, Rosetta Stone needing, in school suspension, suspended, extradited, expelled, former inmate having, but you can't talk about nobody. You're trifling. Who does that? And on camera, that's so nasty. Ugh. So they end up getting to the restaurant where her date is, and Marlo is not impressed at first when she sees that the restaurant is located in a strip mall. So she gets inside and she meets her date. His name is Scottley. Actually love his name. He was an eye looking dude. One of these teeth over here was a little bit too yellow for me, but he was a nice looking man or whatever. He's Jamaican, and he gives her with a beautiful, huge bouquet of red roses. She's very impressed. And she's even more impressed when he reveals that that is his restaurant. And see, that's what happens when you always trying to judge somebody. So they sit down and we learn that he's 39. And that is, I guess, quite younger than Marlo. How old is Marlo? I don't even know how old that lady is. He has 3 kids, a 15-year-old, a 2 and a 1-year-old. And she was like, that was one of her, no-nos to date. She doesn't want to date anybody that has kids under 5. And that's one of my stipulations too. Cause it's a lot of back and forth with the mama. It might still be feelings. It's just a lot going on. But he says that, he's not with her anymore. This, that, and the third. Then they start having weird foreplay, flirty conversations about sucking shrimp heads, and he was like, you gonna suck something else tonight? And I'm looking like, what? Now he said he was just playing, but I don't think he was just playing at all. His vibe was giving me very much testing the waters to see if she was an easy, bucket. She was like, is there any other red flags or things I need to know about? He was like, I ain't gonna even lie, I've been locked up a few times. She told him, oh my God, me too. We are meant to be. The ghetto, Bonnie and Clyde, honey. Yeah, he looked like a little scammer and a creep to me, child. Overall, it was a cool episode. Really nothing to write home to your mama about. Overall, I'm gonna give the episode a C+. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about it down below in the comment section. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I love you guys, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.